Today I'm doing a fat up or down smoked brisket on a pellet grill, hot and fast. Hey, this is Ricer from Dead Broke Barbecue, Wisconsin, and welcome back to the channel. But if you're new here, we try to help you enhance and amplify your backyard barbecue fun. Now, it's always been a huge debate on brisket if you're gonna run it fat cap up or fat cap down. Well, if you run it hot and fast, you might wanna watch this whole video. So grab a pencil and paper, Bobby. We're gonna amplify some backyard barbecue fun. I trimmed up these two 20-pound briskets backyard style. We're just eating these briskets. It's not a comp trim. For the base layers on these briskets, I used 3 parts San Antonio 16 mesh black pepper. You can get it on Amazon. And 1 part kosher salt. Measure it out in a jar, mix it up, and then put it in a shaker and apply it to these briskets. And to add a little color to these briskets, I used some Smoky Texas Barbecue Rodeo Rub from PS Seasoning. Now, obviously, this one is gonna be our fat cap down, and this one is gonna be our fat cap up for our comparison on these two styles of briskets. So let's head out and get the Pellet Pro 1190 fired up and get these briskets under some smoke. Now, today I'm gonna be using my Heavy D insert along with some post oak to give us a little bit extra smoky flavor on these briskets. And I'm only using one side, so we'll just put a couple here. So I'm putting in a total of 4 pieces. Take my cover, put that on, and the Heavy D will fit right over top of the fire pot. And you just line up this groove onto that bottom little hook on the bottom, and you can see that both sides has these little slotted little covers that go over the edge so the wood isn't hanging out. This is also your heat deflector. Get my drip pan in along with our stainless steel grates, and now we can just go ahead and turn on the 1190. Turn the power on. We're gonna hit it to mid, but we're gonna plus it up to 300 degrees. Because I decided I'm gonna run these briskets hot and fast today, and I'm also using an 1190 because it is my most consistent pellet grill that I own. I'm really impressed with how well this cooker holds temperatures from left to right. Now you can see that we're starting to smoke up here a little bit, so you're gonna wanna keep your lid open. And I was asked a couple days ago on why I have the lid open. That white smoke can actually build up and become combustible, and you'll hear a loud bang, because that lid's gonna blow wide open. So just make sure you leave the lid open until it starts burning clean like it is now. Then close it up and start preheating it. For today's cook, I'm using Lumberjack 100% oak wood pellets. Just pour it in and we'll just top them off a little bit. This is gonna be a little longer cook today, so filling it up makes sense. We got her filled to the brim. Be quiet, no talking. I'm using my signals today, and I've showed you before on the back of this, it has a receptacle. You can just plug it right in. So I'm closing in on that 300 degrees. Let's go ahead and get these briskets in. I'm gonna tell you, this steel cart is the best thing that I've purchased for helping me do barbecue. These briskets sure do have a great barbecue color from that rodeo rub. So we'll open up our lid, and I'm gonna start with the fat cap up one, and we'll set that one right here. And you know already that I always use some wood chunks underneath them. Yes, Harry Sue does it, but my dad taught me this back in the 80s. And the reason why I put these wood chunks underneath there is so we can dome it up so the moisture starts running off the top of it. So we just pick it up, get that bigger chunk up in here, get this one right about here, and start doming this right around those wood chunks. Now this fat cap down one, it's gonna develop some really nice bark. Just look at that, beautiful. And this one we're gonna set right here. Same thing, grab a couple wood chunks, and we'll set this bigger one up here. Get this one right there. And how you put these on or how they're gonna come off, so that's why I like to get them kind of domed up, and that'll help you get a great form and looking brisket when it's all finished and cooked. But you can see that the Heavy D is starting to work because my eyes are starting to burn. Jesus. And now I'm gonna set a timer for 1 hour, and I'm gonna come out and rotate them 180 degrees and end for end. We wanna try to keep this as consistent of a cook as possible. But I'll bring you back at the 3-hour mark when I start putting in some probes. I'm 3 hours into this cook. Let's go ahead and check out these briskets. Oh yeah, they're starting to get some really good color. I'll go ahead and rotate these first, and then let's put in some probes. Just slide this one over for right now. Take this one and spin it around. I took the other chunks of wood out already because these are formed up pretty decent. They look good. grab this one and we're gonna turn it around. Now I'll plug in a couple probes to my signals. We'll put this probe right here into the thicker part of the flat, and we'll go through the point right here into the thicker part of the flat also. That should be good. Fat cap down brisket is reading 167, and the fat cap up is reading 169. I'm gonna close up the lid, and I'm gonna set a timer for 1 hour, but I'm shooting right around 175 to 180 degrees when I go ahead and foil up these briskets. So I'll bring you back when it's time to wrap up yin and yang in some aluminum foil. I'm 4.5 hours into this cook, and let's go ahead and check these briskets out. And one thing I forgot to show you is when I put the probes in, how close the ambient temperature is on the 1190 compared to my signals. It's only off about 5 to 10 degrees. That's pretty dang good. But let's go ahead and get these briskets out and put them in some foil. They are certainly getting some really dang good color. And this bark is looking phenomenal. It's looking perfect. We can pull out our probes and we'll wrap the fat cap up first. Now I'm gonna double foil it and we'll get this up like this first. And we wanna get kind of a little bit of a funnel here. And I have a can of Campbell's consomme, and we're just gonna pour a little bit of that on top, and kind of pour that right in here in this boat to start with. Then get it kind of pulled up, and we get this wrapped over, and then just for an extra protection, I'm gonna put one piece of foil in this direction, just for underneath it. And here's our little bundle of joy, and let's get it back in the cooker, but I'm gonna put the point towards the back end this time. The fat cap up brisket, it's feeling a little bit more tender than the other one. Now let's grab our fat cap down version and get this one foiled up too. And if you're wondering what consomme looks like, well, kind of looks like coffee, but it gives it a great beefy flavor. Our fat cap down is all wrapped up. Let's get him back in and put some probes back in it. Well, there's good. Make sure that you don't push too deep or you're gonna pop the bottom of your foil. And now I'm gonna close up the lid and set a timer for 1 hour. We're gonna keep monitoring these briskets, but I'm planning on pulling these right around 211, 212 degrees. So I'll bring you back when it's time to pull these out. I'm 6 hours into this cook and the briskets are reading 208. Let's go ahead and check out and see how they're probing. We'll start with the fat cap one first. I'm gonna grab my ThermoWorks trusty dash. It smells incredible. Oh gosh, yeah. This is butter. This is done. Get her closed back up, get it out of the pit. And I'm gonna put the brisket in a foil pan, and that way it sits on my Cambro a lot easier. Let's check this one out. Gosh, he smells so good and I'm so hungry. Ooh, no, this one's not quite ready yet. Pretty stiff right there. Not bad down here, but it's stiff here still. So we got a little bit longer to go on this one. Now my guess is that the fat cap down one has about another 4 more degrees before it actually is finished and we can pull it off for its rest. Now I'm not gonna bring it back when I actually take this one out, but what I'm going to do with both of them is open up the foil and let them start to burp off some of that moisture and that steam. We wanna give these briskets at least 15 minutes with the foil open. That way that bark starts to set again, because we're always looking for good bark, right? But I'll bring you back when it's time to slice up these briskets and we can compare them. But I will say the fat cap up one, well, it's done about a half an hour earlier than the fat cap down one. These briskets have rested for 2 hours, but before we start slicing them up, the fat cap down took another 45 minutes to finish off. But there's no time like the present, we might as well start slicing into them, but I'm starting with the fat cap down version first. I'm gonna slice right here, and we can pull this open to see what we got for a little bit of a smoke ring. We achieved that. It's got those lipstick stains that I'm always looking for. Let's go ahead and cut it. She's certainly got some good juiciness in here. Let's go back over to this flat and we'll see what we end up with. It certainly has a good bend. It's done, it's nice and tender, but let's cut off a little piece of the flat and try that. Like always, great flavor, tender. Certainly can taste that 3-to-1 black pepper that I put on for a base layer. I just want this little chunk of morsels here. It's crazy tender. Great smoke ring. Wow, so good, but I always cook mine fat cap down, so let's head into the fat cap up version. Man, I made a mess out of this carbon, but We'll cut some of this end off, but I'm gonna split it because this one has a perfect point on it for sure. Now it's a little stiffer on the bottom, which makes sense. There's no fat cap on the bottom to help protect it from that hot and fast cook. Let's see what we got for a smoke ring. Not much of a smoke ring on it though. Cut up one little slice of the flat. Yeah, she's stiff right here in the corner. This is big glob right there of fat in that part. This one might be borderline overdone, but let's try a piece. We still have great flavor, but I'm gonna say because the fat cap was up and not protecting us from that fire pot and that heat, the outside bark is a little stiffer, even stiffer than if I would have used butcher paper. Here's the money part though. I'm really excited to try out a chunk out of here. Now on the point side, I trimmed off a little bit more of the fat on it, so we do have a little bit of a smoke ring, but on the bottom, there's still nothing. Holy cow, what a mess I got. I don't want to slice these all up because once you start slicing them all up, you know, they start to oxidize. What a pile of brisket. Slice one off here. Wow, that is tender as can be. Lop off another chunk and give this one a shot. I will say this, that is perfect tenderness and again, great flavor. Would I do this again? Probably not. I'm still gonna cook fat cap down because this right here with that smoke ring, that's what I'm looking for. And the bark is a little bit better when it's fat cap down. But I think everybody should give this a try. But am I wrong saying that fat cap down is better on a pellet grill? I don't think so. If you disagree, leave a comment below. And anything that I have in this video will be in the description below. But I'm telling you, if you haven't tried that rodeo rub, it is my favorite on beef now. This kind of reminds me of that song, Fat Bottom Girls, but fat cap on the bottom? That don't make the world go around. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and become a subscriber. Turn on that notification bell because you don't want to miss my next video. And to all my Patreons out there, thank you very much. And you too, you can become a Patreon. Just click the link below. But I appreciate you watching and I'll see you in the next video.